welcome to
Couples Shit.
Couple Shit. I'm Claude Racine Valinsky.
I'm Noah Valinsky.
And if you are new to our channel, which you probably are because this is episode 1. So make sure that you like us and that you subscribe to our channel
It's
below.
obvious that you like us.
Like this episode. Thumbs up.
Is that a thumb?
It's a thumb. Who's got hitchhiker's thumb? I do. This is a regular thumb.
She's taking a lot of rides.
What is this? Anyways,
This is regular.
Like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to go follow us on TikTok and Instagram, The Valinskys. You can see some of our sweet dance moves. Speaking of dance moves,
By the way, I'm taller than her. She just looks like it on camera.
We were professional backup dancers for 18 years. We moved to LA both around the same time, like 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
And we met on a dance job in 2010. And we were both in other relationships. And according to him, I was a complete bitch to him. But guess what? I was being loyal to my boyfriend. And all I could feel from you was flirty vibes.
That's because that's what all women feel like. From
No,
men,
because you're a Libra, fucking charming God.
So she was like putting on the...
Libras, I need y'all to tap in. Tell me you're not a flirt. All my Libras, tap in. Tell me you're not a flirt.
Yeah, but just because we're flirts doesn't mean like we're trying to get anything.
Okay, well, I'm a Scorpio, so I just pulled out my Scorpio tail and I was like, no.
That's what she does. She shoots first and asks questions later. I was just hot. And we were in the sun, and we were the only people waiting there for other people. And I was I'm just going to sit here and weird not talk to this person. I was like, hey, what's your name?
I don't remember any of this.
Pronounced your name wrong. You got mad.
Okay, so anyways, fast forward 4 years later, we run into each other at a dance show called Carnival, which is like a monthly choreographer showcase. And I hadn't gone in I don't know how many years. And he was like pacing in front of the table I was sitting at.
It was literally in the beginning of the night, and there was absolutely nothing to do. There were people battling on the dance floor, and I was just like waiting for the show to start.
Sounds like a dance movie. Like they did battle. There were people battling on the dance floor. And I just felt compelled by their art to go and talk to this woman, like, you know,
whatever. She was walking in heels, and I was like, damn, that's fucking hot.
Anyways, this is not an episode about how we met. And
we have that
my
one.
mic keeps dropping.
We'll put it down. You can find it in one of the videos.
So we ran into each other. That was 4 years after we worked on this job together. And he got my number that day. And then 3 months later, finally, I was like, okay, let's hang out. We went hiking together. And we'll dive into this story more because there's some really juicy details in there that I feel like you guys should know.
But
not here right now. Not here right now, because today we're going to talk about how marriage is fucking hard. Can I get an amen? Drop an amen in the comments if marriage is hard.
People think it's fucking easy. They're like, I want to get married, I want to have kids, and I want to have couples goals.
And you guys, couples goals, by the way, if you haven't been together at least 10 years, have had some kids together, maybe not kids, but like have gone through shit together and survived it together, that's not really couple goals for me. I don't care if you both have money and you're this and you're that and you're famous. And oh my, that's not couple goals.
No, couples goals, like she said, like it's literally going through all that and then being on the other end of it, continuing to be a really good couple and having those things. I think that's couples goals. Not just like, I want to have a good relationship. But people always want their cake and want to eat it too, or they don't want to do the work. They just want to take a magic pill. There's no magic pill about
There is no perfect marriage. There is no easy.
And you're always going to fight or argue. Something's going to go down.
Of course. How can you not? How can you not when you're with somebody almost every day? You're different. You're growing.
And you still don't make the bed right.
Or you still don't make the bed at all, or do laundry and leave clothes in the dryer for days on end. And then I'm like, where are my Lululemon leggings? Where are they? I know
your child is missing pants and shorts, and we're like, I don't know why he doesn't have it.
He has one pajama that's clean. Where are the other ones? Oh, babe, did you leave the clothes in the dryer?
It's like, I tried, and I just didn't do it all the way.
I see.
Which is
like
good.
An unfinished cycle of action. Anyways, marriage is hard. Please, if you're like, oh, but people on Instagram and that is a highlight reel. Like, do you think Noah and I are sitting there on Instagram like, we're fighting, pull out your phone, let's document it?
And like, no, I don't want to pull out my phone when I'm fighting.
No, that's That's the last thing you want to do. But it's important to talk about it. So that's why we're talking about it today on our first episode of Couples Shit. So marriage is hard. Let's get that out of the way. Now, Noah and I have been together now 10 years. We have survived a child, postpartum depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. We have survived some really dumb choices on his part. And, it's like,
Yeah.
we've survived it.
Dumb choices on my part. What does that mean?
Like, you guys want an example. I know you do.
Like in the relationship, like in the beginning.
Yeah, but now they want an example, so I'm going to give it to them.
No. You can get the example when you go watch our video of us and how we met. Everything is in there.
All right, fine.
Okay, because otherwise we're not going to get into it.
But we haven't recorded that yet.
We're going to.
We're going to. It sounded like that video existed somewhere on the interwebs, and it doesn't. It exists. You have to come back for episode 2, where we will dive into how we met and one of the bad choices Noah made in our relationship.
I will tell you everything.
Yeah, he don't care. Part of
COVID, got through that.
COVID.
Raising a child.
Yeah, COVID. Moving like however many.
A few times within that year.
Yeah.
Within 6 months.
When we met, we moved in together, I think within like 6 months of knowing each other. Maybe 5.
Yeah.
And like we lived in a studio guest house that was the size of my garage right now.
No. The garage is way bigger.
The garage is bigger. It was a tiny room with a bathroom and a kitchen and a walk-in closet. And it was me and Noah and Bruno.
80-something pound pit bull.
Yeah, 85. He was 85 pounds.
Rest in peace, Boosh.
So yeah, so we've survived some things. And we have 3 tips for you today on how to make marriage not so hard.
Start by closing cabinet doors.
Start by that. And not leaving clothes in the dryer for days.
And make the bed.
I make the bed every morning. You guys want to know something? Because I make the bed every morning and my son watches me make the bed. He's 4 years old. On Saturday, today's Monday, he took a nap. And later that night, we go to put him down. And he goes, "Look, Mama Dada, I made my own bed." Never
it looked perfect.
And it looked perfect. Exactly how I would make it for him. He made his own bed. What? I didn't ask him. I didn't force him. I didn't threaten him. That motherfucker just on his own volition was like, "I'm going to make my own bed." So,
no, then he asked us.
Up yours. I make the bed.
It's like one of those things where it's like not my job.
No, I know, but you just said, "And make the bed." I'm like, I make the bed.
It's about me.
Oh, I thought you were making fun of me.
No.
Communication breakdown.
You would know if I was making fun of you.
Okay, are you guys ready for marriage tips?
I know I am.
Hopefully you trust us, okay?
Tip 1.
We've been married 10 years. We dance together every day. Go check it out.
Went through your surgery. By the way, she had our son on our bed, and we pulled that motherfucker out together.
No drugs.
No drugs.
At home.
At home with her mom and a couple of these ladies.
Yep. I'm holding this because the mic keeps dropping, you guys. I think I might just let it do its thing. There we go. So what were you saying?
Anyways, and then there's that, and then she had her breast removed, and then there was that surgery. So like there's been tons and tons of things.
Itty bitty titty committee, where y'all at?
My titties are bigger than you.
They are. I have no boobs, okay? Implants gone.
Anyways, lots and lots and lots of stuff. Lots of growth, lots of bad things.
Lots of discovering ourselves and like how do you discover yourself and then allow for this to keep going and not be like, well, I've discovered this whole new part of me and now you don't align with that. So just because you guys grow doesn't mean you have to grow apart. Just because a certain season of your marriage ends, it doesn't mean the marriage ends. It just means you have to like reconvene and talk and communicate and accept each other every single day as the person that you are. Yeah, always.
Like you guys think that your wife is going to be the same as when you met her? Absolutely not. Women don't work that way. They don't stay the same.
You're not the same. I mean,
I'm definitely not, but I'm saying that specifically because I feel like maybe that's just because that's what I deal with. But like your partner is never going to stay the same throughout your relationship. No. Right? They're always going to constantly change.
I wouldn't want you to stay the same. No. I wouldn't want Noah to stay the same. I want him to be evolving.
That mic.
I need him to get better.
You got to fix that.
It's going down.
It's
trying to go right between my boobs.
Jealous.
My non-existent boobs.
Still want to be there.
Okay, I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to hold it like this. Okay.
We'll fix this later.
I'm used to holding mics. Okay, so tip number 1, just don't lie.
Wow,
and
what a concept.
I know that sounds so like duh, Claude.
But
go ahead.
It's the little lies.
The little ones.
You guys think it's, oh, I went here and I didn't tell her. No. It's literally like, if I were to look at my son, we want more water. I want ice water. And I'd be like, I put it in there. I didn't. Like, little lies.
Or like, hey, what are you talking about? And you're like, oh, we're just talking about a car, when you weren't talking about a car. You were talking about something else. We don't lie to Nova. We don't lie to each other.
No, I don't care how small it is. It's those little tiny small lies that eventually will break your marriage in half.
Yes. And like, you guys, lying, it can be like actively lying, or it could be lying by omission, like not saying something. Like some girl like overtly flirted with you and you kind of went along with it and you don't tell your wife, you know, or some guy is like messaging me on Instagram and it's not okay and I don't do anything about it and I don't tell Noah, and then like I'm like, those are lies too.
Yeah, your intuition will always be like, if you feel like you have to hide this,
don't do it.
It's right there. You realize that, okay, I need to say this. Sometimes it's going to cause a problem. Sometimes it's going to cause fights, and you know, the other person may not understand, but the point is being clear on your side is massive in the relationship, because you're going to get over it and you're eventually going to realize that it was for the good and greater good of the relationship, as opposed to just being like, hey, this girl touched my ass today. Like, there's things you don't have to fucking say, but if your intuition is like, this could be
if you
problem,
feel weird about it and then you see your partner and you're like, I feel like I should say something, like just say it, right? Because it's just going to eat you alive. And like, whatever you wouldn't want done to you, don't do to them.
That's like literally the best advice anybody can give you.
And if you're not clear on what that is, then you guys have to sit down and like come up with policies. Like, do you care if I watch porn? Like, we don't watch porn. Porn destroys the mind. It's restimulative.
And it brings out,
it's like a drug,
non-realistic situations and expectations that then you go to your partner, or then you look for that specific person that is, say, you like watching brunettes and this, that, and the other thing, this shape and big butt, blah, blah, blah. Then what happens to your partner who's not that?
Yeah.
And then you go out looking and seeking for this thing that is not real.
Yeah.
People don't act like that in real life.
No. It's like a drug. And then you're like, oh, you know, like watching somebody give a blowjob was like nice, but like, I feel like I need something like way more intense.
Yeah. Like it starts to get weird.
It starts to get weird. And then you need like, it's like drugs. Like, oh, you know what? That's wearing off. I need this. So you sit down with your partner and talk. What are your policies? Are you guys allowed to masturbate? You know, what is the thing? Like, just communicate and lay it out there what your policies are with each other.
Yeah. And as long as you guys are in agreement and you have a moral code within the relationship and you abide by that, you guys are going to go a long way. Once you start breaking that, that's where you start making the problems, because literally you are disconnecting from that person every time and you're going like this. And then the little things end up being bigger things, and the bigger things end up being like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already this far apart. Fuck it. Like, and it just ruins it.
Literally, like every fight in your marriage is caused by someone who lied and isn't saying it.
Or basically like
something like that.
Or like, let's say she lied and didn't say it and it wasn't that big of a deal, and I almost found out about it. Yeah. Like just by asking a question. Like, let's say she was texting some dude on the internet, and then I was like, said something about texting dudes, and she got pissed, and this thing happened, and it was like,
because it restimulates my bad action.
Right.
And so all these bad, you know, if I looked at like guys' penises on Instagram all day long, and then all of a sudden we're like watching a movie, and then a guy's penis flashes on, and I get weird, and Noah says something, and I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking? Like, all fights come from some kind of action that somebody did and isn't taking ownership of, and
that you almost found out about.
That somebody almost found out about, your partner. So don't lie. And on the other side of that, don't be upset when your partner tells you the truth. This is like when my son comes to me with a mistake, or he tells me the truth and he'd be like, Mama, I pooped on my carpet.
Like, we know you did that on purpose, bro.
No, but not just that, but I'm so glad he's telling me.
Right, but I'm saying, like, we know the things. You already know the things. So don't get into it. Just go into the most important thing, which is acknowledging his ability to tell you the truth.
Right.
And supporting that.
Thank you for telling me. Let's not poop on our carpet anymore. Let's poop in our toilet. But thank you for telling me. So same as I want my kid to feel safe coming to me with mistakes he's made or things he's done, and he always will tell us. Always.
Yeah.
And I will never shame him, because then guess what? He's going to stop coming to me.
Right.
And then he's going to do it behind my back.
And you want your partner to not be the adverse of what she was saying. She don't
Right.
want to be, not willing to talk to you, not willing to do all this, scared to talk to you, afraid to say this or afraid to say
Right.
that. Like, you guys are going to go do dumbass shit. You guys are going to make mistakes.
Everybody
Things
does.
are going to happen.
Yep.
Relationships are not linear. You're figuring it out together. So a mistake is made, and you fix it, and then you move on. I've made tons of mistakes, like she said in the beginning of this episode. But have I fixed them? Totally.
Oh, yes.
Totally.
Yes,
No.
he has. Or I wouldn't be here,
Right. But it's like, that's the point. Like, you eventually develop this understanding of each other, and then you guys just don't do these things anymore. And then you don't have to worry about lying or any of that other stuff, because you guys just don't fucking do it.
Yeah. So if you guys are like, let's say you're at a bad spot, you're bickering every day, every little thing your partner is doing is pissing you the fuck off, and you just can't get out of this like cycle of just little bickery bick. Sit down together and just clean up the lines, y'all.
Talk about it. We've done that before. We've been like, this is what I did.
Yep.
I did this, and this, blah. And then she was like, fine, I did this, and this. And it sucked hearing some of those things, and it sucks saying some of those things.
Sure.
But damn,
But
at
you
the
know
end,
what?
like, it felt really
But
good.
you know what sucks more is walking around always being like, and having all this tension in your body, being like uncomfortable around your partner. That sucks.
That sucks.
So yes, it's hard, but be a fucking gangster and be like, babe, let's sit down. I'll go first. I did this and this and this.
First, guys.
I looked in your phone. Don't look in people's phones.
God, what are you, 5? We have the same code on our phone.
Give each other your code.
Like
this is shit? Yeah.
Like, what if you literally don't have nothing to hide? You shouldn't be worried about that stuff ever.
Keep nothing from each other. And then if you guys are, like I said, like, this could be an exercise for the two of you to just like sit down, schedule a time, and just be like, admit your wrongdoings, your lies, whatever. And you guys know also that doing that is because you care to save the marriage.
Yeah, that's not like, you're not shaming anybody. It's not there to punish somebody. It's not there to punish yourself for doing things that are wrong. It's there for you to figure out how to get this marriage into a better place.
Correct. You want to clean up the marriage, clean up yourselves, admit your things, and move on. Okay, next. Tip number 2. Look within before you attack without. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird, but Noah brought this up, and it's like, always when there's a problem, always look within. Am I not being grateful for my partner? Like, am I just waking up every day and I'm just like I'm critical in my head. I'm like, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Now, granted, you guys, that can be a thing where you need to have a discussion with your partner about some things, but always look within first at like, what can you change about you to help your partner? Right, babe?
Yes, because here's the situation.
Is that what you meant when you said that?
Yeah, because here's the situation.
What's the situation?
If you're not good here with you, and you don't, like, the first thing is you have to be good with yourself, because then that way you can understand outside variables. If you're not good here or here with yourself, outside variables are going to look very different. Now, once you handle yourself and you know who you are, then I can look at a problem and go, is it me? Like, every time, and I do this out of fault regardless, like, I go, is it me? She pisses me off, something happens, something goes on, I go, okay, am I doing the right things? Before I even go to her, I analyze all the things. And then if I think I am, or even before I go to her, I still try to change and say, okay, let me just change this a little bit. Let me see if I can dial this in a little bit more. Is it still happening? Is it still going on? And then eventually, if it continues, I go, hey, listen, this is how I feel. You know what I mean? And then I can come to her with a situation and be like, this is what's going on. Like, really, really analyze and do the work before you even open your fucking mouth. Because you could literally open your mouth and just create such a bigger problem that you didn't even have to in the first place. It's almost like making a permanent solution over temporary emotions. That is the
and
worst
don't
thing
ever come to your partner with a problem and not have a solution for it.
That part too.
Like, if I have an issue with Noah, it's like, here's what I suggest you do, or here's how I can help you with that. Whether it's something that we can do with our church, a book, an exercise, whatever it is, it's like, here's my issue. And I'm also, because
Like, don't
remember,
just
it's
bitch.
it's you and your partner against the problem. Now, is this easy? No, it's not easy. Okay. I always want to be like, you're a problem, fix it.
It's all your fault. I don't do anything wrong.
Okay. But I have to be willing to help him. That is what marriage is. We have agreed to be one, literally come together as one against the, what's the problem? How can I help you? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's tip number 2.
You have to understand that is super, super important. Let your ego fucking go and fix the problem.
Yeah. And you guys, I have to say this in this moment right now.
Say it in this moment. Say it for this moment.
Nobody. This whole idea of like, that person's going to be better for me. No.
Grass is green where you water it. It's old. It's a stupid saying, but I swear to God, it is the most beautiful truth.
Your partner literally brings to light, and your kids too, but we're talking about marriage here, areas you need to work on. It's not about, oh, you know what? He's just not the one for me anymore. Yes, he is. If he once was, he always will be. And it's just, nobody wants to do the self-work. Nobody wants to work together. Like, I don't give a fuck what happens. This man is my soulmate. I made a promise to go all in my marriage with him, and we work it out.
Yes, it's no different in any other situation in this world. You guys think millionaires become millionaires or bodybuilders become bodybuilders. All these successful people become successful because they never quit and they said, this is my trajectory. This is what I want to do.
Yes.
I want to be this profession. I want to be this thing. And then they just go through so much drama that they figure it out. And then they come out on top and they become rich in that area.
This
you
is
want
no
to be
different.
rich in your relationship.
You can't give up on your kids, right? Like, your kid grows up.
Some people do.
I mean, some people do. But you can't divorce your children if they don't turn out, they're not like the kid you thought they were going to be. You just don't give up on your kids and your career.
Yeah, and this is a choice. This is your choice. You chose this.
Just like you can choose pizza or steak.
Like, you are literally made up of your choice, of accumulation of your choices.
Every day we choose each other.
No matter what.
No matter what. I choose Noah. It's not like tomorrow I could be like, no. But guess what? You guys, nobody's just going to come along and all of a sudden be like so much better for you.
No, it's always going to be like the honeymoon phase in the beginning. And then you're going to get their fucking drama and you get their trauma and all the other stuff. And then you got to start at zero again. Like, guys, it's literally like you're just digging a hole to try and get out. That mic is like giving me Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's just coming out. I know. We need a fucking weight on the other end of that thing.
Yep. Anyways, you made a commitment.
Yeah, you made a commitment.
Keep your commitment. Like, but at the same time, like, you guys, both of you have to be willing to grow and change and evolve and listen to each other. Like, and obviously if someone is beating you, we don't want to stay in that situation either,
Yeah, there's obvious things.
There's obvious things. But like if you're getting raped, we're not going to stay in that relationship.
Yeah, men, say something.
If you're getting beat, men, say something. No,
I know,
seriously.
But for real, like, I mean, if there are obvious, real problems in toxicity and narcissism and all these other things, right? Those are real situations.
But for the most part, y'all made a choice to be together, and nothing changed from that day one, other than maybe some lies against each other, some shit y'all haven't been clean about. That's the only thing that's now giving this weird space between the two of you. And this is normal.
And you guys are a team. Like, if you didn't come together and say, this is how we want to run the play, then you guys are going to fuck up because one person's going to go left, the other person's going to go right. It's going to be this weird thing, and nobody's going to be in sync or in tune with each other. And that's going to cause problems also.
But what I'm saying is problems are normal. Humans are idiots. Like, we learn through mistakes. Everyone's made mistakes. We've all lied. Like, forgive yourself. It's okay. We did it. We fucked up. Now let's just like admit it to each other and come to present time with our relationship and how we're going to move forward. Right? That's okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's tip number 2.
Tip number 3. Have some fucking fun together.
Being a schlep rock.
Listen, this is why both Noah and I are online health and wellness coaches. I help middle-aged women and moms regain control over their bodies, their health, their life, their confidence, their self-worth. And he does the same for men. If you're not in shape, if you don't have the energy, right, to play, have fun with your kids and your spouse, start there. If you don't have control over what goes in your mouth, how can you have control over your family, men? How can you lead your family?
Yeah, because the situation is like she said in the beginning, have fun. You are not going to be any fun if you are unhealthy and out of shape.
Insecure, overweight.
All the things, right?
You hate yourself. You're fatigued. You're not going to be any fun.
No.
Why are you laughing at me?
You were like, take that, fatigue.
Oh, it's called being a Scorpio.
It's awesome. I love it.
Scorpio viewers, tap in.
Yeah.
Drop a scorpion in the comments.
Please, just don't drop a scorpion.
Drop a scorpion in the comments. Drop 5 of them.
Like, you're supposed to have
Scorpios
fun.
for life.
If you're too busy being a dud in every area, you're not going to have any fun with this relationship. Like, take care of your
You have to show up. You have to create the relationship.
That's what the fun is all about.
That's what the fun. You have to create it every day.
We should have led with that, to be honest with you, because
I like that we're closing with it.
Okay. I'm with it.
Yeah. It's like, go with the flow.
Yeah. See, we said it's not linear. Figure it out.
Set aside time. So every morning or afternoon, Noah and I do like a very quick, 10-second little dance video. Again, the Valinskis on Instagram and TikTok, and you can see that.
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun to put music on and get out of your fucking head for a second and just be with each other. Look at each other, dance together.
Guys, you're never going to... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you probably did that when you met. Remember when you met and you're like, look how cool I am, and I dance, and I go to this, and I do that, and, and then you kind of stop doing all that.
The best time to figure out a solution to any problem is when you're happy. Like, when you're feeling good, you look at things not as problems, you look at things more solution oriented. So if you're sitting there having a good time, then you can look at, man, this was a problem I had. Sometimes the problems just go away the more fun you have, because you realize you're just being a fucking asshole.
Yes. And
not having any fun. And that could be the problem in general.
Yeah. There is one exception to this rule that I'm going to point out right now.
What's that stern look on your face?
All my women out there, if you are in week 3 of your cycle and you don't feel very fun, that's okay. Men, get to know your women's cycle. Ladies, get to know your own cycle.
That'll be another episode. Men, just be better, man. Just be better for her. She goes through a lot more than you do.
Yeah, we don't want to be like that. We don't want to feel like that. You guys are like, oh, I got to deal with this. No, you don't have to do anything. You get to be there with your balanced hormones and your raging testosterone and your boners all day long while we're sitting here trying to find our sex drive again in our 40s, okay? So just cállate. Cállate? Cállate la boca. Oh my God, I speak Spanish.
Support them.
You guys laugh together. My guys out there, don't wait for your wife to schedule a date night.
Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there.
Oh no, I'm scared.
This is a good point. Men, make a fucking decision. Even if it's the wrong one, it's fine. She will love you for making decisions. We're very, very off topic here, just so we're clear. But
I think this is a separate episode.
This is a separate episode.
Where we talk about men.
Just know where she's going with this is make a decision. It doesn't even matter if they're wrong. They love that you want.
We don't want to micromanage. We don't want to
baby.
hear all the questions. Should I park here? Where should we go? Where do you want to eat breakfast? What do we do? Should he go to bed now? What time is his nap? We don't want to hear all those questions. We want you to grab life by the balls you have, okay? And lead, schedule the date nights.
Yeah, and listen, here's the thing too. If you're wrong, who cares? I'm wrong a lot. And I make a decision. And she'll be like, did you decide that? I'll be like, damn right I decided that. That was my decision. Just relax, man. Just don't be so hard on yourselves. You guys have had complete different lives separate from each other. You've had your own traumas, you have your own shit. And I said something today that I really liked, and it was like, once you dive into a relationship, your traumas start to mix, and then problems start to become hard to see because you have your trauma and she has her trauma, and then they mix and they create a new problem. And realistically, instead of dissecting that thing over here, handling yourself will handle that problem. So it's really all on you. And if each person took unbelievable amounts of responsibility, you guys would have an easier, fun, more manageable relationship.
Yeah.
And that's really, really the guts of it. And just don't be so hard on yourself. It's you guys against the world.
That's right.
And that's really what it is. Not against each other, against the world. And if you guys can figure that out, you guys are going to win big in every other area of your life.
Well, we love you guys. That's why we show up here to hopefully help y'all a little bit. So our 3 tips: don't lie, look within, and have fun. And we'll have lots more.
Yeah. And then eventually we'll get to people asking us questions, and then we'll start talking about that. Maybe we'll bring some people on. Like, who knows? This is just a whole ride about talking about couple shit that nobody else really wants to talk about. Or honestly, in my opinion, they have stuff to say, but they don't have the relationship to show for it.
Yeah.
Or the problems to show for it either.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like this episode if you loved it. Hit the subscribe button. Also, share this episode with anyone if you found value in it.
Ask us questions. We want to know what's up.
Ask us questions.
What do you think of it?
Yeah.
What's going on?
If you guys want to know something, you want us to talk about a certain topic, you want like whatever, drop in the comments. We're here for you. Okay.
Yep.
We'll see you on the next couple shit. Bye, guys.